Hello everyone, welcome back to Close to Be Milkshake. I am your host along with support puppet Mr. Chicken. Yes! Today we're going to talk about people who say they broke up me for no reason. And, it's usually, my narcissist. Now, of course, not every jerk out there is a narcissist, but from my narcissistic point of view, I'm going to talk about why I break up with you. Yes. First of all, when you're in a relationship with anyone, after the honeymoon stage, everything is going to become this nice, calm love experience, which is not normal for a cluster B. If we grew up with chaos in the relationship, or even like quiet types of aggression, if your parents could have divorced and then they don't speak to each other, they try to talk through the children, or there was an enabler and an alcoholic, or there was, they just ignored each other all the time. So it didn't have to be always fighting and everything, but the kids get neglected. Their emotional support system is non-existent. So after the honeymoon stage where we're like, oh my God, I finally get to have the relationship that I've always wanted. This person is so gentle, patient, and kind with me. They get my humor, they love my sarcasm, what they tolerate my fucking garbage. They tolerate my cussing, my jokes that would be probably more embarrassing for the normal person on the street that goes to church, motherfucker, whatever. And everything is great. Over time, we will form, both of us, but depending on, how much you're looking for things to disappoint you in the relationship. Going over a lot of things, learning about avoidant attachment styles, or people who can't be vulnerable and intimate in relationships, which are narcissists. We will look for threats everywhere in the relationship. We will look for things that, just like an excuse to push you away. And sometimes it's not an excuse to our disordered mind. We're going to make it a real fucking issue, something. We're going to pull out of the ether a reason why you're a fucking garbage human being. And all these little things are going to add up. Now, if you're a narcissistic individual or toxic person who was not avoiding conflict, or they could actually listen to criticism. Because if I can't listen to criticism on my own, now I can come at you and attack you. But if you're going to say anything fucked up about me, I don't want to hear it. So sometimes, we're not going to come at you in a calm, positive way for conflict resolution. So we will withhold. We will withhold and be very passive. We can be passive aggressive. So we're, I'm not mad, but then I'm going to treat you like shit, either silently. Some people will slam shit around, you have to read my mind. You have to read my mind type shit. Or we will slowly start to pull away from you. And this is the suckathon part, is because we don't know how to communicate well. We're afraid of rejection. So we're afraid that when we bring up something to you, you're going to dismiss it. And I promise you, over time in all of my relationships, I have been dismissed. in people that I have talked to on the phone about your guys' relationships. Doesn't matter if it was the narcissist I was talking to or the person in the relationship with the narcissist. You could have been, the codependent or the borderline something. You were dismissive to the narcissist, or they were dismissive of you. Both double time go. But nobody is clean. No one was perfect in the relationship. And let me tell you, I thought that I was, in my relationship of old, and I was not. There were just fucking total blinders on. I'm just seeing myself as, okay, what are you doing to me? But not what I'm doing to you. What are you giving me? What are the acts of service that you are doing for me? Are you making me feel good? And I'm not, concentrating if I'm concentrating on, am I making you feel good with acts of service or whatever? But am I psychologically making you feel bad? And sometimes people who are in relationships with us, they are also withholding what they want to say. They don't want conflict either. And you might have tested that theory, seeing if you can have a conversation with your person, and either we are shutting you down, or you're making excuses for your behavior, and we're like, you hurt my fucking feelings. You might be saying that about me to you, you're hurting my fucking feeling. And I'm like, that thing that you're upset about is so Pacification. What the fuck? I mean, I should be like, okay, tell me more, but you're criticizing me. Automatically, I'm gonna come fucking shut you down, attack you for being some weak ass wimp, and you're never gonna bring it up to me again, and sometimes it doesn't have to be that hardcore. I could be just like, that's not what I meant when I said that. That's dismissive. I am dismissing how you felt. This is how you took it, Now, it's very important that we all learn not to get offended so much, learn about our own triggers and everything, and be able to communicate in better ways and stuff like that. But, if you are feeling something is, you feel it in your body, even if it's a PTSD response, you want to be able to tell your partner, I'm feeling uneasy because of this. Don't fucking dismiss it, and don't tell me that I'm sensitive. Don't tell me, and this is you talking, don't tell me that I shouldn't feel this way. Don't tell me that my feelings aren't real. I'm having these real emotions, I don't want to, you don't want to nitpick each other and shit like that all the time where you feel like I'm doing nothing right. That's another thing. You leave a relationship, it's either the narcissistic person or you is saying, I do nothing right. I do nothing right for you. And both of you guys believe it. Both of you guys believe that you're trying. But I mean, there's so many books out there, so much counseling out there for individuals and everything to guide you both through to be like, are we not listening to each other? Are we not getting it? One dismissive thing that my partner used to tell me is, I know you don't understand. That always triggered me into a rage because I want to understand my partner, and if I am not understanding him, that means there's a block. So he's being dismissive by saying, you're a dumb bitch, not listening. This is the way I'm taking it. You're not listening, fuck. So I'm just going to say, you don't get it. It's okay. Fuck it. That's what boy's saying. And I'm just like, okay, so now we're having an even more disconnect. I want to come this way. And you're saying it's okay that you don't fucking get me. That fucks with my power couple thing too. It's like, I'm supposed to be the only one that gets you broke, you know? And you're supposed to be the only one that gets me. But for all of these reasons, we will slowly turn down or give a fuck for the relationship, okay? And you will, if you look back over the notes in your mind, I'm gonna burp. I'm gonna burp. Excuse me, I had salad. If you look back over your relationship, you're gonna see that your person was slowly pulling away from you. You'll start to see all the little things that were happening, you know. This person was either working late, they don't want to come home, they're drinking more, or they're becoming more depressed. You know, you're gonna see that your person, the one that's pulling away, they're doing all these negative coping mechanisms. You know, they're not wanting to bring you into their safety circle anymore. They don't feel safe with you. And not everybody jumps ship of the relationship. They will quietly quit you. And that's when they want you to get rid of them. The reverse Hoover. They're going to continually do things. They're going to make it your fault that you're leaving the relationship. Okay? They're going to give you that gift of guilt that you're leaving so they can be scot-free and guiltless. Okay? So, when you start to see these things happening, you really need to bring them up. Pay attention. You can't do fucking nothing now with the person that you broke up with, you know. But for the future, pay attention to these signs. If you are the person who is avoiding and pushing people away, it's very important that you are able to first take pause of these feelings that you're feeling so you do not react right away, you know, and make things worse in your relationship. When you take space and you're able to think about what the fuck is going on, you're not either gonna discard the relationship right away. These are the cold discards. Just fucking throw that shit away. And you will try to have better communication with your partner, knowing that you could be, rejected. Okay? And that is bravery. Now, a narcissistic person, we're going to think that that's a weakness, you know, not being like trying with you and everything, and you not giving me the response that I want right away. I'm going to panic and I'm going to get rid of you, you know, right away, and then feel fucking calm and everything, and I'll deal with the aftermath of my feelings later. But I just want to get the fuck away from it and everything. It's very important that we learn to, you know, pay attention, notice when we're wrong. Sometimes we condition our partners also to let us just forget it and move on. Forget it and move on. This is what I would do my whole life. Forget the fight, move on. And then you don't care either. No intimacy ever. No intimacy ever. You know, fuck vulnerability. You know, it's always going to be manipulation through our fighting, silent treatments, withholding. Both of us will do that. And so, you know, is that getting anywhere? So, one thing that I learned that I grew a little bit, you know, in my past relationship was that when I did realize my faults, that I did go and bring it to my ex-partner when I took space. Now, he was like, the fuck you, no, I ain't fucking no. And I was rejected, and that was very painful for me. But I learned that that was actually a step up. That, don't feel like shit. You actually did a good thing, even though that you were fucking, spit on and shit. It's okay. It's actually okay, because I was able to realize and bring that to the table, So, this goes along with a whole other thing of not giving our people closure. We feel like we're holding closure hostage and stuff. That's for another video. But so there are always reasons that you're not seeing, you're not paying attention to, of the relationship slowly breaking away. All right. And if anybody starts, don't forget, if anybody starts to triangulate you with a new person or a new coworker, you are not sensitive, you are not insecure to bring this up to the person, and you let them know, if you're bringing a third party into our relationship, I am noticing this. Is that what you're doing? You are the insecure one if that is your goal, to try to make me feel anxious. A partnership of somebody who actually gives a fuck about you is not going to do that. And I know that I did that unintentionally all the fucking time. And, my person, he did bring it up to me. Not, things that I was doing or whatever. And I just, I didn't really take what he was saying into consideration. Okay. I was just like, I was very dismissive. So, that's another thing that I learned and grow from. All right. And take all your little growths as little milestones, It's not a good idea to self-loathe and beat yourself up, If you do take space to work on yourself and then go back to your ex to speak with them about the things that you have learned, what you're working on, and if they want to try to build the bridge that was broken, that is different than somebody breaking up with you, going off and having multiple other relationships because they think that they can find somebody better. And then when they realize they can't find somebody better and they come back to you, let me know how you feel, but I don't feel that that's awesome. I want to work on, if you're important to me and we break up and take space and I'm not jumping into a new relationship and I'm actually trying to work on my shit and then come back to you, you have always been my number one priority. If somebody is taking off, dating a bunch of other people, and comes back to you a year or two later or whatever, and they're like, hey, back up. Hey, I like you better than these people. I don't think I'm wearing a crown. I don't think I'm wearing a sash. I'm nobody's backup. I'm your number one. And if you treat me like a backup plan, there ain't gonna be no response. There ain't gonna be nothing. Okay? All right. And I want you guys to feel the same way. Don't let somebody take off and then use you as backup. Okay? All right. I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Namaste.